Hi, everyone. Josh Rugger here in studio this morning. Dan Scoff will be joining me, I think, within the next hour or so. But wanted to go ahead and get things started here this morning. Hope everybody is having a great start to their Saturday, great start to the weekend. I know it's a bit of a loud start for a lot of locations here in Northwest Arkansas and the River Valley. That's why I want to provide this live update to kind of put your mind at ease for now. Now, we do have some thunderstorms that are pushing through. There is one storm in particular that we have to watch very closely right now. It's not in our weather coverage area quite yet, but it will be very soon. So, again, hope everybody's staying dry. Hope everybody's doing good. Let's take a look at how heating, cooling, mega Doppler to kick things off this morning. Here's a look at those thunderstorms that are pushing through Northwest Arkansas. Now, none of these are severe, but they are producing quite a bit of lightning at this time. You can see that in Benton and Washington County. If we turn on that lightning here, you'll see all those flashes pop up here and populate on the screen. Again, none of these storms are severe, not really producing a whole lot of tornado potential, at least with these initial thunderstorms, but some gusty winds possible. You can see a little bit of that just off to the south and west of Decatur. Another area of stronger winds moving into Fayetteville. I hear a lot of students or folks outside on Dixon Street getting ready to rock and roll right now, getting ready for the Razorback game probably later on this afternoon. But hopefully they are getting inside under cover because these storms are packing quite a bit of heavy rainfall. Even some small hail at times. I'm not seeing a whole lot of hail potential, but you got a little bit of hail, maybe pea to nickel-sized hail north of Gentry. A little bit of hail as well south of Fayetteville. That's probably pea-sized hail there too. And then another little hail core southwest of Scraper. But hail not really expected to be a major concern here in our weather coverage area as we go throughout most of the morning hours. Now, there is one cell that we do have to watch a little bit closer, and that's this one right here that's southwest of Scraper. Now, it's got that look to it. It looked a little bit better just a few moments ago when it was near Moody's. You can see that kind of appendage-shaped look right there. Sometimes that means that the storm might have a little bit of mid-level rotation. Now, notice how it kind of ebbs and flows just a little bit. You can see it rotating just a little bit at the mid-levels there, but it's not doing anything crazy right now. It is a cell to watch a little bit closer, though, because notice how this is just kind of a cluster, kind of a mess of shower and storm potential here. This one's a little bit more isolated, and it might have some nudgers to attend to that can make that spin a little bit faster. So we're going to be watching that very closely here as those storms push off to the north and east right now, but no severe thunderstorm warnings in effect. Now, off to our west, things are a little bit crazier right now, as you can see. Several tornado warnings in effect west of Ponca City. Severe thunderstorm warning with a destructive tag attached to it, meaning that there is the potential for winds of greater than 80 miles per hour right now west of Ponca City. That is just absolutely incredible right there. Again, these storms right here are probably going to be the ones that will cause a higher end severe weather threat. And so we've got to watch that very closely as it progresses off to the south and east. Again, these clusters are going to continue to strengthen as they push towards northwest Arkansas. So maybe the instability will be sapped before these thunderstorms push in. That's maybe why that severe weather potential is not as high over northwest Arkansas and the River Valley as what we saw yesterday. But regardless, we might have a bit of a busy morning here. And that's why we're just starting this live stream right now to give you the latest details. I might start another live stream later, depending on how things look. Don't want to be on too long with things are not too bad. But I did want to provide this update this morning to let people know about what's going on. There's no reason to be scared or panic or anything. There never really is ever a reason to do that. But that's why we're on right now, just providing you with an update to make sure that you guys are aware of what's going on right now. So here's a look at live Doppler radar. Again, you can see some of those thunderstorms that are pushing through northwest Arkansas at this time. If we turn on that lightning, you can see highly electrified thunderstorms. So you know what? Let's show, not tell. Let's show some of these lightning scenes that we've got going on. Let's go to our Mount Sequoia weather bug network camera. Let's see how things are going there over Fayetteville. We got some gusty winds moving through Fayetteville. You can see some of that lightning there off in the distance there. Storm's definitely loud right now, but not severe. Certainly not even close to the severe, honestly, over Fayetteville or Bentonville or anywhere in northwest Arkansas. Again, not having to worry about that right now. But definitely some gusty winds, some small hail trying to move through the Fayetteville area. Some pea-sized hail, certainly a possibility. And again, hopefully those folks that were out on Dixon Street are doing okay right now. I know those storms might have pushed them inside. It was a party out there for sure Let's look at this Rogers Pinnacle Parkway Towers cam here. You can see the lightning off in the distance there. Now, one thing you can notice is that when those lightning strikes happen, notice the base of the storm, how high up in the air it is. See that? That means that this is an elevated thunderstorm, and that's why we're not expecting any tornado potential. At least with these initial thunderstorms. Right now, obviously, there's additional storms that will be possible, and we'll have to watch those very closely. But with the storms that are pushing through right now, there basically is no tornado threat. And that's because the bases are so high. There's not enough surface-based instability right now. So there's nothing really too concerning about these initial thunderstorms. But we will have that potential a little bit later on. Wow. Did you see that cloud-to-ground lightning strike off in the distance there? That was quite the show. So if you're in Decatur, Gentry, southwest of Rogers, towards Salem Springs, you're probably getting a crazy lightning show right now, probably thundering like crazy. But again, nothing to worry about right now. Now, here's the deal, Erica. I know a lot of folks may be wondering, can I go to sleep and everything? I would make sure that you're keeping maybe the live stream on in the background or having that phone on or that weather radio on, because there are additional storms that are going to be pushing through, and those may be a little bit more severe. So you don't want to let your guard down yet. These initial storms right now are not causing a whole lot of problems. They do have a ton of lightning, maybe some gusty winds, small hail, but they're not expected to cause any significant severe weather potential. We're just on right now to get ahead of the curve, make sure you guys are aware, kind of put some minds at ease, because I know thousands of people right now on this live stream watching, making sure everything's okay. That's why I wanted to come on. I wanted to come on to make sure everybody was aware of what's going on, because I know a lot of folks, I remember some of those storms from yesterday, or remember storms from earlier this year or last year, and they want to have their minds put at ease. So that's why we're on right now. So we're gonna do a couple things here. First of all, got to talk about this tornado watch that's in effect for our entire weather coverage area, or most counties in our weather coverage area. I guess LaFleur County, Scott County, a few counties in far eastern portions of our area not included, but we do have a tornado watch in effect for portions of northwest Arkansas and the River Valley. This does include Benton, Washington, Crawford, Sebastian counties. That goes until 7 a.m. this morning. So that tornado watch will expire at 7 a.m., may expire even earlier than that. But we're going to be watching that very closely. If we take a look at satellite radar, maybe a wider view here, you can see those storms kind of evolving over the morning hours. Again, just some supercells over portions of Colorado, Oklahoma, Texas, Kansas. Now we've got this big line of storms. So notice how all these storms have become linear. So we're going to have to watch that QLCS tornado potential once again. Now, one thing that I've noticed with this line is it's kind of ebbing and flowing a little bit as it moves through Ponca City. In fact, there's no more tornado warnings in effect along this line of storms. So that's good. Maybe this line is starting to weaken a little bit, and we hope that continues. But there's a lot of instability still in the atmosphere. We know that. A lot of fuel for shower and storm potential, and a lot of colliding storms as well. Look at this here. We've got storms that are moving northeast, right? And then storms that are moving southeast, so they're colliding with each other. And these interactions right here can sometimes cause some issues. So we'll have to watch that very closely as these storms start to push in. Maybe they start, having a little bit more low-level rotation, because if that happens, well, then we've got an increased tornado potential, kind of like what we saw yesterday. So we'll have to watch that very closely there as these storms kind of interact with each other. Sometimes we get constructive interference. Other times we get destructive interference. Constructive interference is bad because that means that these storms are enhancing each other and causing more problems. Destructive interference is what we want. That means these storms are killing each other and keeping them from really reaching their full potential. So we'll watch that very closely there. Let's look at the latest day one convective outlook. This has been updated, and you'll notice there actually has been a bit of an upgrade with this day one outlook. So now we have a level 3 out of 5 enhanced risk for severe weather. That's located for areas along and southeast of the Bobby Upper Tunnel. This does include areas just south of Fayetteville, Greenland, West Fork, Winslow, Mountainburg, St. Paul, Huntsville, Limestone, Jasper, Fort Smith, Alma, Van Buren, Greenwood, Boonville, Peter Pender out there, Clarksville, under that level 3 out of 5 enhanced risk. Now, you may be wondering, all right, with that enhanced risk of severe weather, maybe that has an increased tornado threat. Well, not necessarily. The tornado potential is still kind of the same as what we saw yesterday. Still a 2% tornado risk. And it makes sense. I mean, again, these storms are, again, more of a line, right? So a lot of the times when the Storm Prediction Center sees that, they usually issue that very low risk for tornadoes. But we know that these storms can cause quite a few tornadoes. So we have to watch that very, very closely for Northwest Arkansas and the River Valley. Now, the reason why the enhanced risk was issued is because we have the increased potential for damaging winds. So we have a high risk for damaging winds along and southeast of Fayetteville. So that's why we've got that damaging wind potential right there that we're going to be watching very, very closely. We also have the potential for hail. I know some folks are reporting some hail out there right now. That's not the right one. There it is. Not expected to be major in terms of hail. Maybe pea size, nickel size, up to quarter size possible, but nothing crazy, nothing major in terms of that hail potential. So you don't have to really worry about that too much. It's really more of a damaging wind threat with a couple of tornadoes possible as those storms start to push through our weather coverage area. Let's look at that Decatur City Hall WeatherBug Network camera. Looks like this camera might have gone down, actually. Looking at that there, looks like it's down. So maybe a lightning strike or something like that happened that killed the camera. Some folks are reporting some small hail there at Decatur. Again, it's going to be small. It's not going to be anything crazy. Matter of fact, if I zoom in here, we can go to Mega Doppler, and you can see that hail core right there. And nothing crazy, right? It's on that lower end of the scale. 0.5 inches at most, which is around pea to nickel size. So nothing crazy, but we'll watch that very closely. Maybe penny-sized hail, honestly, near Decatur, but nothing severe. Not expecting any severe thunderstorm warnings. Probably over the next hour, at least with this little line. Now, we're still watching these storms a little bit closer. That's near Scraper. Again, a little bit of mid-level rotation, but it's just not really taking off. And that's because there might be some storms ahead of it that's sapping the instability. But we got additional thunderstorms developing right now near Tahlequah that we'll have to watch very closely. Those are moving off to the east-northeast right now. Again, all these storms interacting with each other, an explosive thunderstorm development. Look how quickly those storms took off southwest of Tahlequah. So it tells you that we've got plenty of fuel in place right now, folks, and that's why we're on right now. That's why I'm keeping you posted, and we'll continue to watch this very closely. But no more tornado warnings on those storms out west, which is a good sign. Maybe those storms are starting to weaken a little bit more. We hope that continues. We want that to continue with those storms there. So we're going to stop that radar loop. Yeah, there's not even any more rotation on those storms, so that's good. And we'll watch those very closely as they move off to the south and east. There's that cell again near Scraper. Salem Springs, Decatur, maybe a little bit of small hail right now going on northeast of Gravette. Yeah, just a little bit southwest of Sulphur Springs. That hail core got a little bit bigger northeast of Decatur. That's moving towards the Centerton area. So Centerton, you might get some nickel-sized hail very soon. Keep a close eye on that. Same deal in Hiwassee and Bella Vista towards Pea Ridge. I know we got some folks watching in Pea Ridge. But again, folks, these storms right now are well below severe limits. So I know folks are asking about specific towns, specific areas. Again, kind of a line of storms right now that are not causing a whole lot of problems. There's going to be loud thunder, loud lightning, stuff like that, but nothing crazy expected early this morning, at least for now in northwest Arkansas. But that could change very quickly, and that's why we're not letting our guard down. There's our Posey Mountain WeatherBug Network camera that's facing off to the west. Not seeing a whole lot of lightning over that cam. Let's go to Rogers. I know a lot of folks are wondering about Rogers. So those storms will be rolling in soon. I think the lightning's dropped off just a little bit on the storm. Also, there's quite a bit of delay with the cameras, too. The lightning actually hasn't dropped off. I think the cameras are just really delayed right now, which kind of stinks. Hopefully that changes soon. Here's Lincoln. There's some lightning off in the distance there. Highly elevated storms. Look at that. Woo! Big time lightning strike there off to the west. So a lot of cloud to ground lightning strikes there. Lightning always gets me fired up, folks. And also I'm a little bit tired, to be honest with you. So I got to get myself fired up. That was a really cool lightning strike. Let's keep it on this camera for a few moments here. Thankfully, we're recording these cameras. So we're going to be able to go back and watch this lightning really closely. But that was a really cool shot there of that Lincoln WeatherBug Network camera. But again, I'm not seeing anything too concerning with these storms right now in Northwest Arkansas or in the Lincoln area. Man, oh man, though, that lightning is intense. And that's actually those storms that are near Tahlequah, Scraper, Pegs. Those storms are a little bit more intense. So we'll have to watch that very closely there, just off to the west of Lincoln. Why are you tired? All caps. Well, Brian, a lot of extra shifts, that's for sure. A lot of extra hours going in right now. And usually at this time, I'm still sleeping because I usually don't come in early in the morning. So I'm a weekend, but want to make sure everybody's okay. Want to keep people posted. That's why we're in right now. That's why we're live streaming at this time. I know other folks may not be live streaming. And, even though these storms are below severe limits, we want to make sure people are okay. I think we might have a severe thunderstorm warning pretty soon in the storm, to be honest with you. This storm's starting to increase its hail size. It's also starting to strengthen a little bit east of Scraper. Let's see here. We'll have to watch that very closely here. Man, those storms out west are really taking off. We'll have to watch those too. So it looks like a significant weather statement on that storm near Scraper and near Chewy. Some bigger hail with these storms. Again, a little bit of mid-level rotation there. Some stronger storms there near Tahlequah as well. And so we'll watch that very closely. Going back up to the northeast towards Northwest Arkansas, nothing crazy there either. So, again, we're just keeping it on this Lincoln camera for now, enjoying this this nice lightning show here. This is one of the better cameras that we've got as well. I'm also keeping an eye to my left. Man, Huntsville kind of taking off too with the lightning, to be honest with you. I'm going to look at that Huntsville camera. Let's go to the Huntsville camera real quick. There's our Huntsville Middle School WeatherBug Network camera. You can see that hail off to the west. Yeah, I mean, I'm mentioning that right now, Lord Fish. Like I said, Northwest Arkansas, none of these storms are severe right now. Small hail, a lot of lightning. It's going to be loud, but no severe thunderstorm warnings in effect. So I promise you, I'm keeping you posted there in NWA. I know a lot of folks are wondering about specific towns. There's nothing that specifically concerns me right now for any particular area, which is why I'm not really getting hyper-focused. There's so many storms right now that if you live all the way from Pineville to Bella Vista to Bentonville, Springdale, Fayetteville, Huntsville, Lincoln, all those areas, going to be stormy, going to be loud, but nothing crazy. I can assure you right now, there's nothing that concerns me. But keep your weather radios on, folks. Keep the live stream on. Take naps. Get some rest. And then you'll be woken up if you got an alert. I'm still going to be here. Dan's going to be here eventually. And if there is a storm that's going to be insane, crazy, we're going to be on air, or we're going to be getting into specific towns, specific cities. But right now, man, I don't get to do this a whole lot. I'm just going to enjoy the lightning show. I mean, this lightning show is not too bad right now in Northwest Arkansas. So, yeah, Brian, nothing in this whole world concerns me except for the Razorback baseball game tonight. I am concerned about that. The baseball game tonight does worry me quite a bit. I hope Arkansas can get it done. It's going to be a tough matchup against Tennessee. It's always hard to beat the same team twice. Let's see here. Yeah, Jordan. So we're going to have Dan in soon. Dan's going to come in around 3. Like I said, there's nothing that's too concerning right now, so there's no need for anybody else to come in. So he's getting some rest. And yeah, once these storms start taking off a little bit more later, we'll be ready to rock and roll in here. We'll get into specific towns. Let's see here. Oh man. Yeah, that's a good point, Hunter. I know I feel for a lot of those folks that are out there that are less fortunate. I hope they have a place to stay. I hope they have a place to take cover. I know a lot of folks take cover around here at the parking deck here on Dixon Street. So hopefully there's some folks that are able to get under cover. But yeah, that's a really good point, Hunter. Really praying for those folks. There's a lot of folks that are less fortunate than us that need our prayers, that need our thoughts, need our help here in our community. So be thinking of those folks. We're pretty fortunate to be in the positions that a lot of us are in, where we're able to be under a roof or to have shelter. I'm just thinking of those folks out there too. That's a really good mention, Hunter. Really appreciate you chiming in there. Let's see here. Yeah, Holly. He knows. He knows, man. When the Hogs break your heart so many times, you know that you've got to keep it realistic and always think about the worst case scenario. It's sad, but we always think about the worst case scenario as Hog fans. I think they're still going to get it done. I think they're still going to get it done. It's just so tough when you have to play the same team twice. So hopefully they can get it done. I just can't stand Tennessee. I can't stand them at all. So lightning show going on in Northwest Arkansas. We're going to get back to that in just a minute. I wanted to give another radar update. Gusty winds coming into Sulphur Springs right now. Nothing crazy, nothing major there. So just be aware, Sulphur Springs, there's going to be some gusty winds, maybe some gusty winds heading towards the Hiwassee area, southeast of Gravette, northeast of Decatur. X and A, Elm Springs, Tawnytown, getting loud, getting a little gusty in terms of the winds. But nothing that's rotating, nothing that's doing anything crazy, and nothing imminent in terms of anything severe, to be honest with you. So that's great. In terms of hail, I know some folks are reporting hail. We've got this hail core right now that is just off to the northeast of Decatur, and that's producing maybe some pea-sized hail right now. We've also got some maybe some more nickel-sized, penny-sized hail here in southwest Missouri. So nothing severe there. Let's go southeast. We got another little hail core going on north of Chewy. That's producing some penny-sized hail there. So nothing too concerning. And yeah, nothing severe still for Northwest Arkansas or the River Valley. Watching some storms. If there's any storms to watch a little bit closer, it might be these ones right here that are just off to the west of Adair County near Tahlequah. These might pack a little bit more of a punch, but still, look how messy these storms are. So we've got these little clusters of showers and storms. Now, here's the deal, right? And I want to make a graphic on this eventually. But a lot of times when it comes to severe weather potential, storm mode and storm type is very important. So, when we talk about isolated supercells, for example, a lot of times in those isolated supercells, you could get that high-end hail, high-end tornado threat. Sometimes it gets some damaging wind potential, but really with those isolated supercells, you have to watch for big hail and big tornado potential. That's what you see a lot of times out in Texas, Oklahoma, Kansas. One supercell to remember a Decatur. That was an isolated supercell that caused several strong tornadoes here in our weather coverage area. Another storm type that we see is linear mode, right? QLCS type events, right? These can favor damaging winds, big time damaging winds. You had destructive tags on these storms earlier. Less hail potential. The tornado potential is also lower, but it could still happen depending on the line, the orientation of the line. We've already discussed that before, right? We look for line normal components to these cells, right? When it comes to those QLCS tornadoes with those embedded rotations, right? Depending on if it's line normal, depending on the bulk shear, depending on the 0 to 3 kilometer cape, you could get an increased tornado potential, but it is lower than the isolated supercells. Now, the storm modes that typically have the least severe weather potential are clusters. And this is what we're seeing right now. Notice how we've got a cell here, a cell here, a cell here, and they're not really aligned, but you've got all these cells that are kind of everywhere. This means that there's a lot of development, there's a lot of lift, there's obviously a lot of fuel for thunderstorms, but not a lot of them are interacting with each other in a positive way, in constructive interference, right? Constructive interference is bad for us because that means the storms are strengthening. These kind of storms are doing destructive interference, so they're kind of killing each other right now. They're competing for a place in the atmosphere, and so they're not able to get rooted. And so typically they can produce small hail, they can produce gusty winds, but there's basically no tornado potential right now, at least with these initial thunderstorms. Now that can change. If this cluster moves off to the north and east and this becomes more of a stout line, well, then you can get an increased severe weather threat. When this line moves in, the severe weather threat is going to get much higher. So later on this morning, that's when the severe weather potential is going to be much higher here in Northwest Arkansas and the River Valley, because this line is going to cause a lot of problems. So we'll have to watch that very closely. Let's go back here to our weather graphics. I know a lot of folks may be wondering about timing. So let's look at the HRRR. Let's look at the high resolution rapid refresh model, see what it's pumping out here. So it's showing those clusters moving through northwest Arkansas throughout the morning hours. But man, oh man, that line comes in right around 7, 8 o'clock in the morning. So here's the deal, folks. We're live right now. I'll probably stay live for another 30 minutes or so, but I'm going to take a break. So what we're going to do is this. We're gonna keep you posted on this cluster for another 20 to 30 minutes. We're gonna take a break, and then we're gonna wait for this line to come back in, which still is a long ways away. And we'll come back on when that starts impacting northwest Arkansas and the River Valley. So right now, I'm giving you an update basically on what's going on here at this time. So Becky, I think it could go back to sleep right now, right? I don't think there's anything too concerning for northwest Arkansas, at least in the short term. Now, long term, right, when we start getting to, 6, 7, 8 o'clock, that's when we're going to be hopping back on again, probably. And that's when we might have some more significant severe weather potential. So the reason why I'm on right now is just to keep you posted, to put your mind at ease, to let you know, hey, nothing's crazy right now. I know there's a lot of lightning. I know there's a lot of thunder. I know that could be scary, but there's nothing that there's anything to be too concerned about. But 6, 7 o'clock, maybe a little bit earlier than that, Caitlin, we'll post stuff to social media and stuff like that. You're going to get an alert. We'll make sure you're up and at them. But we will be on air. We'll be here. We'll be live, and we'll keep you posted. So that's what we're going to do. So this is the timing right here, right around 6, 7, 8 o'clock is when that big line starts pushing through northwest Arkansas and the River Valley. And that's when we might have a few more issues to attend to. So we're going to be watching that very closely. Let's go to the graph. Let's see what the graph 3 kilometers pumping out. Sometimes this model can be trash, but we're still going to give it a look. That's garbage. Look at what this model is showing here. Right, this is what it says is happening right now. That's what it says is happening right now. This is what is actually happening. Garbage. Pure and utter garbage. So how am I supposed to trust this model when it can't even get what's going on right now right? Are you kidding me? Garbage. I will say that with my chest at 2:30 a.m. That is garbage. But regardless, it does show that line of storms moving through again right around 6, 7, 8 o'clock. Oh boy, I think the picture on Mud Run might be in trouble. I think this Mud Run might be in trouble, folks. At least delays. But man, that is a stout line moving through at 6, 7, 8 o'clock. I know Dan's going to be out there, so I might be riding solo on this one here, folks. So we'll get you ready for this. We'll be back on. But man, that is a stout line right there. Now again, how am I supposed to trust this model when it can't even get what's going on right now correctly, right? But regardless, we're gonna have to watch that very closely. So we'll keep a close eye on it. So you're saying there's a chance. Dumb and Dumber reference. Yep, I love that reference right there. I love Dumb and Dumber. Alfredo, I love that right there, Alfredo. Thank you so much for popping on right now and saying hi. And I hope you're doing good this morning, dude. And yeah, I'm saying there's a chance right now that we could have some Baja Blast energy here in northwest Arkansas and the River Valley. Let's see here. The graph model is just like Texas garbage. Woo! You know what, Braden? It's 2:30 a.m. We're doing weather live stream after dark. Let's just give all the Texas and Tennessee hate right now. I love it. Let's see here. Another model, perhaps? Well, you know what? Let's go ahead and look at another model. That's a good idea, Jackie. So we looked at the HRRR. The HRRR is doing a good job. Let's look at a model with the storm fuel. I like that one. Let's do that. So I think we've got that already on here. Let me make sure. It might not be in the show. Now the storm fuel one's not going to be perfect, obviously, because we might be seeing that fuel getting sapped right now with the amount of storm coverage. But yeah, here we go. So you can see the instability that's currently in place over northwest Arkansas. It's not as great as yesterday. It's not as great as yesterday. So I'm gonna show you this here. So we're going to get a little bit closer. Notice how the fuel is mostly along and south of Interstate 40. Now, with this cluster of thunderstorms that's pushing through right now, Northwest Arkansas's fuel may be maybe a little bit less than the River Valley. Now, the River Valley will have to watch that line very closely because, there's not as many storms right now along and south of Interstate 40, but the fuel is not as great in Northwest Arkansas. So that's something to watch very closely. Notice how we have like no fuel this afternoon. 4 p.m. Razorback game. Woo pig. Weather's going to be great. And then as we go throughout the overnight hours tonight, I think there might be some additional thunderstorms. Man. Ooh. You kidding me? My goodness. No rest for the weary. I think we're going to be back on here Sunday night and Monday morning, folks. Look at all that instability. My goodness, that's a lot of fuel for thunderstorms Saturday night and Sunday morning. Or excuse me, not Saturday night, Sunday morning. It's actually not showing a whole lot of activity at all Saturday night and Sunday morning, but Sunday night into Monday. Oh boy, that could be trouble. So we'll have to watch that very closely there, man. Oh my goodness, pulling a lot of hours here at the station, that is for sure. But you know what? That's why we're here, folks, and that's why I like doing what I do. That's our main priority, is keeping you safe, keeping you weather aware, and wouldn't have it any other way. So we're gonna watch that very closely. I'm interested to see what the dew points are right now. Let's look at the dew points here. Woo! Very moist. Upper 60s, middle 70s. Very moist here in Northwest Arkansas and the River Valley. All right, let's get back to the cameras. Let's go to the Posey Mountain camera. I bet that's popping off right now. Here's the Posey Mountain camera. You can see the storm off in the distance there. Occasional flashes of lightning. Beautiful camera. Beautiful area right there in Garfield. I'm going to take that comment off there, Jackie. Might not be good for baseball Sunday night. I disagree. The game's at 2 p.m., so we should be fine Sunday afternoon. It's Sunday night and a Monday where things might get a little bit dicey. I guess if they go to like 20 innings, maybe we'll have to watch things very closely, but I think we're going to be fine Sunday afternoon. Sunday afternoon should be A-okay. It should be, Monday's a little bit more dicey, I will admit that. So if we go to game 3, could have some problems. But otherwise, I think we're going to be A-okay in terms of weather and Razorback baseball. Yeah, I'm right there with you, Marissa. I'm ready for some Razorback baseball. It's going to be a lot of fun there at Baum-Walker Stadium. Section 101, the best section at Baum-Walker Stadium, of course, ready to rock and roll. So really excited to see all my favorite people there a little bit later on today. Let's look here. Hey, it looks like we got a new severe thunderstorm warning that's been issued on this storm near Pineville. So this storm might be taking off a little bit more there. You can see that line just off to the north and west of Bella Vista. So this is a severe thunderstorm warning for quarter-sized hail and 60-mile-per-hour winds. This does include Pineville, McDonald, and Berry County. This is going to be moving towards the Cassville area. Over the last few scans, this storm has actually gotten some stronger winds. So you can actually see that area right there, southwest of Sulphur Springs. That looks a little bit more interesting right there. Again, nothing crazy, nothing major in terms of tornado potential there, but that storm is going to be lifted off to the north and east, so we'll watch that one very closely. And I'm actually going to go here to weather 1, and we'll look at that severe thunderstorm warning real quick. So stand by. There's that new severe thunderstorm warning right there. Let's get that pulled up. So there it is, 60-mile-per-hour winds, quarter-sized hail. Severe thunderstorm warning goes until 3:30 a.m. So if you live in Pineville, Anderson, a little bit farther east towards Powell, Stella, west of Cassville, Washburn, severe thunderstorm warning in effect for your area. Bella Vista not included in that severe thunderstorm warning. No counties in Northwest Arkansas included in that severe thunderstorm warning. So that's good news right there. Let's see here. I'm looking at the comments here. Looks like some folks are asking about Weather Call Next Gen. So let's talk about that. Let's talk about Weather Call Next Gen. I know a lot of folks are interested in perhaps getting weather call. And here's the deal. Weather Call Next Gen is a fantastic resource, folks. You get hyper local alerts only if you're within the storm polygon. So let's say you're in Knoll right now, Knoll, Missouri, which is in southwestern McDonald County. You know, you see a severe thunderstorm warning in effect right now for McDonald County, but you're not included in that severe thunderstorm warning. So Weather Call Next Gen would not wake you up, right, if you're in Knoll, because you've got no severe weather right now. It's areas off to your north and east. So hyperlocal alerts is a big reason why you need to download this. Calls, texts, emails only if you're within the tornado, if you're within the storm polygon. Speaking of tornado potential, immediate phone call alerts for observed tornadoes and warning upgrades. So let's say we got a tornado warning that's issued. You're going to get a call from Weather Call saying, hey, there is a confirmed tornado on the ground. And so it's going to let you know when there's a confirmed tornado on the ground. It's also going to let you know when the threat has passed as well. So you know when you're okay to get out of shelter in your area, when you're okay to get out of that below ground shelter. Extreme thunderstorm alerts as well. Notifications for storms with hurricane force winds or golf ball sized hails. That includes severe thunderstorm warnings with considerable tags, destructive tags as well, and calls to landlines as well for rural areas. You know, over 60% of the population in Arkansas lives in rural areas. I don't know if you guys knew that. 40% lives in populated areas. So a lot of folks may have landline phones, may not have great access to internet. Weather Call Next Gen's got you covered. Again, you can go to weathercallservices.com/KNWA-NextGen, or you can scan that QR code on your screen. Again, folks, this is for $1 a month, less than $1 a month in some cases. And it's a great service, a great resource. Everybody that has it says it's fantastic. In fact, we've got somebody right here saying, just got the call. Next Gen is cool. It's absolutely fantastic. You won't regret it. Only $1 a month, giving you great resources, and it is a great thing to download if you're looking to get those instant warnings for your specific location, which is fantastic. All right, let's go back to our graphics here and go back to our Mega Doppler source. So there's a look at the storms that are going on. Again, we have one severe thunderstorm warning in effect just off to the east of Pineville. That is for quarter-sized hail and for 60-mile-per-hour winds. The hail is actually getting a little bit larger there. Northeast of Anderson, south of Goodman, you actually got two distinct hail cores. So definitely getting a little loud there in Pineville and in Anderson. So we'll watch that storm a little bit closely as it moves off to the north and east. In terms of northwest Arkansas, some additional clusters moving in, but again, nothing crazy, nothing major right now with these storms, and that's good. So hopefully that continues, and we will be watching that very closely. So I'm looking at NWS chat right now, and this is something that you guys cannot see, but they're talking about the Tulsa area. Low level wind shear is increasing in central Oklahoma right now, and it looks like the instability might be a little bit higher than what the models were showing. So if those storms continue to take off a little bit farther west, these storms right here, they will have increased tornado potential. So that's why we're probably going to take a break on this weather live stream within the next 15 minutes. Unless something really goes nuts, I think we're going to take a break on this weather live stream. I'm going to go ahead and hop off. And then we're going to watch these storms as they evolve off to our west and then get back on the live stream once those arrive. So again, for northwest Arkansas right now, these initial thunderstorms are not too concerning. Now, there's some stronger winds that's developing near the Watts area, maybe some small hail as well associated with those storms, but so far, I'm not seeing anything too concerning. So that's the good news, right? I think that's going to continue over the next hour or so. I think we're going to be fine with this cluster. I don't think it's anything crazy or anything horrible right now. It's just going to be a loud early morning with additional thunderstorms possible across northwest Arkansas. So this first complex already starting to move out of Benton County. Another complex going to be moving through within the next 30 minutes or so. You can see some thunderstorms there in Fayetteville. There's some of those stronger storms right now in Adair County. But otherwise, a lot of lightning, a lot of thunder, some small hail. That's what we're expecting in northwest Arkansas. Southwest Missouri, the storm's a little bit stronger, so we're watching that as it moves off to the north and east. Severe thunderstorm warning in effect until 3:30. But again, that storm is already starting to push off to the north and east very quickly and should be out of our weather coverage area very soon. So that's what we're looking at right now. Again, nothing too crazy, but quite the lightning show for sure. So let's go to Lincoln. Let's go to our Lincoln Weather Bug Network camera and watch this storm as it's rolling on into the Lincoln area. So this is the stronger thunderstorm right now, just west of Lincoln. I'll show you that real quick on Mega Doppler, what we're looking at. So it's this storm right here. Again, it's causing some gusty winds. That might move towards the Fayetteville area pretty soon, so we'll watch that very closely. And yeah, these storms are moving a little bit faster than yesterday morning. That's a good point right there. I saw that comment from Ellen. These storms are moving a little bit faster. So they'll be in and out of the area a little bit quicker. But there's that Lincoln camera. So we're looking at that storm I just showed you on Mega Doppler. Maybe a little bit of a shelf cloud feature off in the distance there. But pretty explosive thunderstorms. I'll tell you what, when you got a lot of instability like this, you usually get a lot of lightning. And that's what we're seeing right now over Lincoln. And so we're going to watch this fireworks show while it lasts here. Yeah, I mean, Allen, Lowell or Springdale good. I mean, I think everybody's really pretty good right now. Southwest Missouri, McDonald County, like I mentioned, has a severe thunderstorm warning. But there's nothing that's like concerning. I know I keep saying that over and over again, but I'm just making sure people are aware that there's nothing that's concerning right now, right? There's nothing that's urgent. There's nothing that you need to take action on. It's just loud, a lot of lightning, a lot of thunder. I know it can be scary, but for pretty much every location in Northwest Arkansas, there's nothing that is too concerning at this time. So that's the good news there. But there's that area right there that we're watching in Lincoln. So you can see off in the distance there. There's that lowering again in Lincoln. And when I say lowering, I mean more of a shelf cloud feature. It's not like tornadic or anything. But you can see where that storm's maybe a little bit stronger right now. And man, oh man, those low-level winds are strong. And there is, I'm telling you, a lot of energy right now. That's why these storms are exploding in coverage. That's why there's just storms everywhere this morning in Northwest Arkansas. And so a lot of rain, maybe some flooding potential later today too. That we'll have to watch very closely. Picture mud run's definitely going to be muddy if they can get it in. But man, I hope these storms out west don't impact that. I am a little concerned about those storms, to be honest with you. Those storms that are out west, and again, I'm talking about these storms right here. These are not even close to our weather coverage area right now. These storms, these are much stronger. Hopefully, they start to weaken as they push towards Northwest Arkansas, because later this morning, right around 6 to 8 a.m., these will pack more of a punch for our coverage area. Still watching these storms closely in Southwest Missouri. Hail is the main concern right now. You can still see some quarter-sized hail there northeast of Anderson. Maybe a little bit bigger than quarter-sized, honestly. So that hail core is moving off to the northeast. 60-mile-per-hour wind, still a possibility. Northwest Arkansas, 0 severe thunderstorm warnings in effect. But there is some, big lightning in Fayetteville, that's for sure. Man, that was a big clap of thunder out there. That lightning strike had to be within like a quarter of a mile or so. I mean, that was right outside the station. But pea-sized hail southwest of Watts right now. And that'll be approaching Washington County and southwestern Benton County very soon. Man, oh man, that lightning is crazy. Forget the radar image right now. Let's go back to the lightning scene. I want to go back to Mount Sequoia. Thankfully, I was recording that. So we'll be able to go back and watch that. But there it is off in the distance. There's those storms. You're going to see some lightning flashes again here. Wonder if we'll get another big blast in Fayetteville again. I bet a lot of you folks that live in Fayetteville heard that. That was a big one. Yep, Ellen heard it. There it is, right on cue. That was a big blast, wasn't it? Right by our station here on Dixon Street, which, by the way, I hope everybody that was out on Dixon Street is in cover right now, or taking cover, because you don't want to be caught out in these storms right now. These are some pretty electrified thunderstorms. So Victoria, River Valley area is doing good. There's a few storms that are east of Clarksville, but otherwise Fort Smith right now is fine. Fort Smith, Leflore County, Crawford County, Sebastian County, fine for now. But later on this morning, things will be fine. Rotating over Westerville or Westville, I think that's what you meant. Yeah, not rotating right now, Tiffany. Nothing that's rotating, but strong winds, gusty winds, maybe up to 40 to 50 miles per hour, possible. That's moving towards Watts. And if that storm takes its current track, it'll be moving towards Tontitown and Elm Springs and Johnson. But yeah, I'm not seeing anything there right now. Here's our Lincoln camera. You can see that storm off to the west. Look at that low-level moisture right there. So you might be looking at that thinking, all right, that might be like a tornado or something like that, or something that's rotating. That's low-level moisture right there. So that's a sign that we've got a lot of fuel for thunderstorm development. Those dew points are very high right now, but that is not anything that's like rotating rapidly or tornadic. I know that looks scary though, right? I mean, you look at that and you're like, whoa, that's like a big rotating wall cloud or something like that. But that's low-level moisture. That's a lot of instant condensation going on because of the amount of moisture at the lowest level of the atmosphere. So hopefully that puts your mind at ease looking at that camera. But it is pretty cool, isn't it? It is very cool to look at. Man, can you even imagine that these storms are in the Boston Mountains here in the daytime? You'd be seeing these things rolling over the mountains. Beautiful little, I call them rain dogs. They're like just going right over the mountains. Very cool. But yeah, that little moisture is also blocking our view of the base of the storm too, which kind of stinks. Because you could probably see the base if that wasn't in the way. Look at that lightning, though. That is explosive lightning there. That is just off to the northwest of Lincoln. My goodness gracious, that is some lightning there. I could just watch this all night. Really cool. Hopefully our cameras don't go down with all the lightning that's going on. Man, this might be one of the most explosive storms we've seen this year, at least in terms of lightning. My goodness, it's nonstop. Nonstop strobe effect there. Yeah, that's a bit of a shelf cloud feature right there. It's also really hard to see. I mean, that's not the shelf cloud. That's low-level moisture that's going on in Lincoln that you're seeing there. That's streaming across the screen. The shelf cloud is actually way off in the distance there, but it's kind of getting obstructed by that moisture that's streaming through. The storm is getting a little bit stronger, though. We'll have to watch it. So if you live in Lincoln, Summers, Westville, Cincinnati, we got some folks watching in Cincinnati, Weddington Woods, Wheeler, Steele, Tontitown, Harmon, Robinson, Norwood, Pedro. Keep an eye on this storm. It's moving towards your area right now, and it's highly electrified. It's got some hail with it. And yeah, pea-sized hail still. Pea to nickel size, maybe, at most. Not a whole lot of problems, though, with that storm. At least so far. But man, oh man, that's a lot of moisture right now. No. No need to take cover. So Hydra, I'm Josh. Just wondering, will this weaken the line of storms heading our way? It could. It could, Hydra. It could. So we'll have to watch that very closely. Let's look at the Siloam camera real quick. Siloam camera. Not as good in terms of contrast, to be honest, which is why I wasn't showing it a whole lot. It's just kind of hard to see those specific lightning strikes. But you can see the lightning there off in the distance. Definitely some electrified thunderstorms moving through western Benton County right now. Some gusty winds for sure near the Siloam Springs area. Yeah, Barking Bunny, there is a tornado watch in effect. So we're going to have to watch that very closely. Yeah, I'm going to have to go back to Megadoppler here. We got to watch these storms, folks. They might be strengthening a little bit. So there's two storms that we're watching. One that's near northwest of Siloam Springs. Notice how we're starting to see a little bit of those reds mixing with those greens. There might be some stronger winds starting to develop right there. But it also doesn't really line up with radar. Now, this right here lines up with radar. You can see some stronger winds south of Watts. And that could be that could cause some 40 to 50 mile per hour winds, but it's definitely getting a little bit stronger southeast of Watts. So a lot of lightning for sure, and maybe some gusty winds and small hail that's going to be moving through northwestern Washington County into southern Benton County. So let's look at the Rogers camera too. There's the storm off in the distance that we were just talking about. That's the one that's actually going to be moving towards Rogers. So it's way off in the distance still. But we're going to be watching that very closely. We still have a severe thunderstorm warning in effect for southwest Missouri. I do not want to neglect southwest Missouri at all. Berry and McDonald County. We have got a severe thunderstorm warning in effect still for quarter-sized hail and 60 mile per hour winds. We still have that hail core right now southeast of Goodman. That's going to be moving towards Stella, towards Wheaton. Let's get even more local. Longview, Bethlehem, Rocky Comfort. There it is right there, moving towards those areas. So you might be getting some hail in northeastern McDonald County. That may be moving through portions of Berry County as well. So watch that very closely. Looks like that severe thunderstorm warning has been updated. It goes until 3:30 a.m. No tornado possible tag on it. Nothing that's tornadic. We'll watch those gusty winds, though. 60 mile per hour winds possible, along with quarter-sized hail. There might be some hail that's starting to try to push through Fayetteville. You can see a little hail core there north of Greenland towards Fayetteville Junction, southwest of Baldwin, and south of Fayetteville. So let's go back to the Lincoln WeatherBug Network camera. There's that low level moisture kicking in off in the distance. Man, oh man, is that a storm. Highly electrified thunderstorm for sure. And that is moving just north of Lincoln. So Lincoln, honestly, not going to get a whole lot of this storm. But Weddington, Cincinnati, you're about to see some hail. Savoy, Weddington Woods, Wheeler, White Rock, Steele, Harmon. Watch this storm a little bit closer. Let's see here. Scott says he's going to bed. Honestly, Scott, not a bad idea. Just keep this on in the background. We'll keep you posted. Look at how quickly that low-level moisture is streaming into that storm, though. Man, that shows you the low-level winds and the low-level jet is pretty strong. So a lot of that storm is sucking in all that moisture right now. That's what it is. And all that moisture sucking into the storm because there's so much instability or fuel for that shower and storm development right now. I hate how these lightning strikes look, by the way. They kind of have that bluish glow to them. You would think that's like a power flash or something. That's not a power flash. I'm saying that right now. But the way the lightning looks off in the distance makes it appear that way. But it's just all lightning. So, yeah, I know, Barbara. I know they're scary storms, and that's why I'm on. You know, they're not severe, but I'm on to just kind of put your mind at ease, you know? Because I know some folks may be wondering about these storms or keeping an eye on them. You know, that storm that's southeast of Watts, again, continues to strengthen. Here's what I'm talking about here. There it is right there. That right there, it's not strong, but that might be some mid-level rotation. So if you live in Trident, Weddington, Norwood, Tontitown, gotta watch the storm. It's starting to strengthen a little bit. Look how it was kind of a little bit weaker. Now you're starting to see maybe a little bit more of that inflow. That storm is starting to get a little bit more inflow. So we'll have to watch that very closely southeast of Watts. But again, it's kind of embedded within that cell, so it'd definitely be rain wrapped for sure. The area of interest. Let me think about another camera that would be good. Let's look at the Mount Sequoia camera. Let's check it out here. So heavy rain moving into Fayetteville, obviously. Some small hail also going to be moving through Fayetteville. So get ready. If you're on Dixon Street, it's time for some pea-sized hail. Hopefully you're under something. That actually is the hail core right there. So notice how there's kind of like this little like white area right there that's moving right over downtown Fayetteville. And then on the right side of your screen, it's still dark. So the hail is moving right over downtown Fayetteville right now. So if you live in Fayetteville, get ready. Some small hail. It's not major, but some small hail is going to be moving through Fayetteville very soon. And look at that lightning there too. So Hydra, I think I already answered this question. I'm Josh, by the way. And yeah, there's always that potential for storms to weaken. There's always that potential for storms to weaken. Let's see here. Yeah, no kidding, Leslie. My goodness, these storms need to go away. Garbage. Garbage. I like weather, but this is a little bit too much. This is a little bit too much for my liking. I like my sleep over the weekend. I like being rested for the Razorback games, especially when you're talking about super regional action. Come on, man. We don't need to be dealing with these storms while we got the super regional going on this afternoon. Are you kidding me? Oh, boy. Yeah, it's loud right now, Trisha. That's for sure. This is a pretty electrified thunderstorm, and you're probably getting some hail. Leslie, roll up the windows. I see a lot of comments coming in right now. Salem is very loud. The wind is drastically picked up. Yep, that's because you got a storm moving right on top of you right now. Look at that. There it is right there. Salem Springs. Bam. Storm right on top of you. Hail core moving over Cincinnati towards Weddington and Savoy. Might get a severe thunderstorm warning very soon. Might be some larger hail south of Watts. Makes sense. The storm strengthening, as I mentioned. So if you're south of Watts, get ready. Big time hail, Norwood area. This is going to be near State Highway 16. If you live along there, get ready. Highway 412. That storm's moving towards you too. This hail's getting a little bit bigger right now. So maybe some larger hail moving through western Washington County and south of Salem Springs. So let's see here. What camera should we use then? Let's use, man, the Posey Mountain camera is beautiful, but there's not really a concerning storm over Posey Mountain right now. Let's use the Springdale camera. Springdale actually might have a pretty good view of this storm soon. Not that one. Here's the Children's Hospital Weatherbug Network camera. So it's raining in Springdale. The area of interest will be shrouded by rain. But we'll probably get a good view of this storm in Springdale. It's moving towards Highway 412 right now. So we'll have to watch that as it's moving off to the north and east. Oh, boy. You see that CG right there? Bang! Big time lightning strike in Springdale. That lightning strike was very close to our camera. My goodness, that was big. Woo! Lightning getting me fired up this morning. Yeah, so I've been talking about the storm a little bit. Thank you for the comment. I know a lot of folks in Southwest Missouri are watching this storm. So still a severe thunderstorm warning in effect for Southwest Missouri. Monette is not currently included. I know Monette is on the far northern fringes of our weather coverage area. But there is a storm moving towards you. It does have quarter-sized hail. The hail core is right there north of Stella. That might move towards Monette, so keep an eye on that there. But 60-mile-per-hour winds and quarter-sized hail. Nothing, though, that is tornadic right now for Monette or really anywhere in our weather coverage area. So that's the good news. But there are some stronger storms that are starting to move into Washington County as well. But thank you for the comment. Monette and everything, keep a close eye on it. That storm's moving towards your area right now, and you will get pretty loud in about 20 to 30 minutes. Let's go back south. Trident, Norwood, Robinson, Harmon. Gusty winds coming your way. Highway 412. Keep an eye on that storm right there. Let's see here. Hail, still there. Right around maybe a little below severe limits. Maybe nickel-sized hail, I would say. But we'll watch that very closely. Hydra, I'm Josh, by the way. Zach is getting some well-deserved rest. I'm Josh. I'm here in studio right now. But thank you for the comment there. Let's see here. All right, let's go back to the cameras here real quick. I want to keep an eye on these storms and see what they're looking like visually. Here's our Mount Sequoia WeatherBug Network camera. Look at that. Downtown Fayetteville completely shrouded in rain and maybe some small hail. So definitely loud in Fayetteville. I'm hearing it outside right now, but it's not severe. It's not severe. So you don't have to worry about anything severe, but it's going to be loud and there might be some small hail. So keep a close eye on that. Some folks are wanting a storm track. We can do that. This storm is moving off to the northeast at about 45 miles per hour. So we'll go 45. We'll make sure the storm track is correct here. Yeah, kind of east northeast. So we'll take it east northeast here. Pull that up for you. So this is the most concerning storm in northwest Arkansas right now. This one right here, that is just off to the east of Westville now. Moving off to the north and east at about 45 miles per hour. Wheeler at 3:18 a.m. The north side of Fayetteville at 3:24. So I know Fayetteville's getting hit by a storm right now. There's another one coming in just a few moments. Springdale, I mentioned that earlier, around 3:29. Goshen at 3:36. Hinesville at 3:47. Alabama at 4. Eureka Springs at 4:05. Berryville at 4:14. Green Forest at 4:22. And Carrollton at 4:28 a.m. So that's the current track of the most concerning thunderstorm right now in our weather coverage area. Hydra, I don't think they're going to drop the tornado watch because we've got more storms that are heading our way. And we also can't let our guard down with these storms that are moving through right now. It's interesting. There's an interesting area right now that is east of Watts that we've got to watch here. Again, it's not strong, but it's strengthening. And so this is an interesting area right now. Maybe some mid-level rotation going on. Oh, definitely some mid-level rotation going on there within that embedded supercell. So yeah, maybe these storms are starting to get a little bit stronger right now as they move through western Washington County. I just did a storm track on that storm. So we'll have to watch that very closely there. Look at how it kind of strengthens here. Watch this little area here. See how it's strengthening a little bit? You're starting to see more reds and greens mix. We'll need to watch that there. Now, an even more concerning area is here in central Oklahoma, moving towards Tulsa. And if these storms can maintain their strength, they're going to cause problems. And this is a stout line that's producing very strong winds right now. So maybe these storms that are moving through our area limit the tornado potential, but the damaging wind threat is still very much there for northwest Arkansas and the River Valley as this next line moves through later on this morning. So we'll have to watch that very closely. This is going to come through right around 5, 6, 7 o'clock in the morning. So we'll keep a close eye on that there. This is kind of a messy storm, though, and that may limit any significant severe weather potential, but we'll keep an eye on it. Messy sometimes doesn't mean, less in terms of severe weather potential. Yeah, Pam, the reason why I'm not taking a break is because I'm watching this storm very closely southeast of Siloam Springs. I don't want to let my guard down on it. There's some small hail being produced. I'm not going to let my guard down on it. I don't want to drop off yet. That's an area of interest right there that we have to watch. So we're going to stay on and we'll keep an eye on it. I'm gonna take a little break real quick. I have to use the restroom. So we're gonna keep it on Mega Doppler here. I'm gonna keep it on this this image. That way you guys can see the storm. I need to take a little break though, real quick for a restroom, and then I'll be right back. and we'll keep covering the storm. But I'm not going anywhere. I promise you that. We'll keep the coverage going. I'm just taking about a 5 to 10 minute break. So give me 5 to 10 minutes, folks, and we'll be back on here in just a minute. So I appreciate you guys very much. Hope you guys are having a great morning, and we'll see you in just a few moments. All right, folks, we're back. Sorry about that. I had to take a little bathroom break. Again, I'm the only one here in studio right now, so it's been a long morning to say the least, and looks like it's going to get even longer as well. So just bear with me. I know some folks may be concerned and stuff like that. I wouldn't have left if there wasn't, if there was something bad, I wouldn't have gone anywhere, right? So I just had to take a little break real quick and make sure that I was taken care of real quick, basically. But I'm back. Got some more water too. So been doing a lot of talking this morning. So this will help out just a little bit. But let's get to the task at hand. We got a flash flood warning in effect for portions of Washington and Benton County. So this new flash flood warning goes until 6:30 a.m. Makes sense. We've got a lot of rain with this system, but again, folks, just not really seeing anything too concerning. Nothing concerning, nothing crazy, nothing wild. I know it's loud. I know it sounds like these storms are really severe, but I promise you they're not causing a whole lot of problems right now. And that's good. Now, some small hail, still a possibility. In fact, there's multiple little hail cores here. You got some pea-sized hail, northeast of Fayetteville, more pea to nickel-sized hail near Weddington and southwest of Weddington Woods. So you might have a little bit of hail here and there, but flash flooding is really the main concern right now. And perhaps that is the main concern for the rest of the morning. Because here's the deal. I'm looking at this line right now, folks, and it's a little bit weaker. Hopefully that trend continues. Because here's the deal. We got all these storms that are going on right now. This may sap the instability. Now, River Valley's been untouched, but maybe the storms don't line up properly. So, again, there's a lot of positive trends right now for Northwest Arkansas that hopefully continue. I'm still not letting my guard down with this line. It's been stout. It's had a history of producing tornadoes. It's had a history of producing very, very strong winds. But it looks like it's weakening. So hopefully that trend continues, and we'll keep our fingers crossed. But flash flood warning in effect. Matter of fact, I'm going to show that real quick here on Weather 1, so stand by. We're going to pull up our weather graphics. That way people know just where that flash flood warning is and what it includes. So here's Weather 1. There's the flash flood warning that is in effect until 6:30 a.m. Benton and Washington County, Fayetteville, Salem Springs, Springdale, all included in that flash flood warning. That does include Highway 62, Interstate 49. And again, that goes until 6:30 a.m. Let's look at the total rainfall over the last 24 hours or so. I bet it's pretty significant in this area. There it is right there. You can see that plume of greater moisture right there. Let's put a little box here around that. Let's see what the average accumulation is. 2.5 inches. So, yeah, a lot more to go there, too. So, I think that's a good flash flood warning, and it makes sense that we've got that in effect. Yeah, it could still have embedded circulations and pose QLCS tornado potential, Joel, and that's why we're here right now. But this initial line, let's move it through Northwest Arkansas. This is not going to cause any problems whatsoever. Yeah, I agree 100%. I really am a little bit surprised, to be honest with you, that a tornado watch was issued. And speaking of which, here's that tornado watch, which is in effect for most of our weather coverage area, including Benton and Washington County. It does go until 7 a.m. So I'm not saying that we're letting our guard down, but we certainly have that potential if these storms start to strengthen just a little bit. So we'll keep a close eye on it. I do think there is still the potential for very strong winds as that line moves through, but man, it has weakened pretty substantially. So we'll see. We'll see. I'm keeping an eye on NWS chat. There are still some reports of 58, 60 mile per hour wind gusts along this line. So maybe it's one of those like really thin lines that just cause a lot of problems. But you can see those wind reports right there. 64 miles per hour near Kay, Oklahoma, west of Ponca City near Tonkawa. I hope I'm saying that right. That's in Kay County. I got to learn about some of these Oklahoma names, that's for sure. But that was a 60 mile per hour report. Arkansas City, several reports of trees and power lines down there. So pretty significant line. It was a very destructive line earlier. It had severe thunderstorm warnings with destructive tags attached to them, but seems to me that that line has weakened just a little bit. So Fayetteville will get a break before the second round. So Fayetteville, obviously, right now getting more heavy rainfall, but there will be a lull in the activity. There will be a break in the activity. So we will keep a close eye on that. There, Cooper. Maybe that lull allows instability to return. But man, oh man, very electrified morning. Oh boy, look who it is! Dan Scoff, chief meteorologist at KNWA Fox 24. Weather Dan in the house. Weather Dan asking about lightning strikes at his house. Weather Dan, we can certainly do that for you. As we say around here, we call him the Scoffinator. So Scoffinator, let's take a look at some of those lightning strikes. It has been a very crazy morning. That is for sure. Look at all this lightning. Ready for this? Ready for this? Oh my goodness, it's taking forever to populate. What? Where's my lightning? It's taking a little while to populate here, Dan. I'm going to be honest with you. This is taking forever. Let's see here. I wish we had Denton in the chat right now, Dan, because we got some folks that are acting a fool in the comment section. Okay, go to lightning research. Dude, what is going on right now? This is not working properly. You see that? That's not every lightning strike. There should be way more lightning strikes than that. I don't know why it's doing that. Oh, there we go. Finally it populated. Okay. Look at all that lightning right there in Washington County and in and around the Fayetteville area. So Dan was asking around his house and around that area. Look at all that. So we can look at some of the amperages here, some of the amps on these storms. So let's see here. Let's go and let's look at this lightning strike right here. So this one had an amperage of 14. Let's go back here a little bit. Oh my goodness. This is lagging so bad right now, Dan. Hopefully we don't have to restart the computer here, but this is lagging really badly. Okay. Finally starting to load again. Okay, let's go to this strike here. Okay, it's not even showing me the amperage on that. How come it's not showing the amperage right now on these lightning strikes? I don't know. This thing is starting to lag quite a bit. But you could see all the lightning strikes there. Again, this has been a very electrified morning. We've had quite a few lightning strikes over northwest Arkansas, as you can imagine. Matter of fact, if I go here and take a look at just all this lightning here, look at this. 791 cloud-to-ground strikes over the last hour or so over northwest Arkansas over the last scan. So that is quite a bit of lightning there in northwest Arkansas. Okay, just east of Mount Sequoia. So let's go here to Fayetteville. Scroll in here. There's Gully Park, Washington Regional. There's Lake Sequoia right there. So let's see here. So that would be around this area here. Which one of these, Dan, do you think is the one that we need to look at? Most of the amperages I'm seeing right now are about 14. So I'm not seeing anything like crazy in terms of high-end amperage. But this is also lagging quite a bit too. So maybe it's not showing the right thing. I'm going to go back to Megadoppler just real quick to take a look at radar. We'll get back to that in just a few moments. I'm going to let that computer reset because it's not working out very well. Here's a look at Washington County again. We're watching the storm very closely. There might be some gusty winds associated with the storm as it moves into the Fayetteville area. That storm moving off to the east very quickly. So it should be in Fayetteville within the next few minutes. We've got some very small hail that's going on right now west of Fayetteville, west of Johnson. Pea-sized hail at most, so nothing crazy. Maybe nickel-sized hail too in some locations. But this storm is well below severe limits. Not expected to become severe over the next hour or so. And I think that's going to be it for this cluster at least. Now we've got another line of storms that's developing west of here, as I mentioned earlier. But this line is also a little bit weaker. You'll notice here if I put this into motion, how much more stout that line was a little bit earlier in the morning hours. Now that line is starting to fall apart a little bit more. So hopefully that continues. But we're not going to let our guard down. We still have instability. We still have fuel for shower and storm development. And we're going to have to keep a close eye on this line as it pushes towards northwest Arkansas later this morning. So that's the latest on the radar. Let's go to some of our WeatherBug Network cameras. Let's go to Mount Sequoia. Very heavy rainfall ongoing there. Maybe some small hail as well. Certainly a possibility. We'll watch that very closely as it progresses off to the east here. Let's go to our Rogers Pinnacle Parkway Towers cam. There's a look at the heavy rainfall that's moving through the area. Again, a few lightning strikes here and there. But nothing major in Rogers. Most of the heaviest rainfall is actually south of Rogers right now. Let's go to the Mount Sequoia WeatherBug Network camera. We might be getting a severe thunderstorm warning in just a few moments here. There's our Mount Sequoia camera. Look at those winds starting to strengthen just a little bit there. So we'll have to watch this storm a little bit closer. We might be getting a severe thunderstorm warning very soon. Let's see here. Yeah, severe thunderstorm warning for Berry County. So this is that same storm that we were watching as it was moving towards Monette. I know there were some folks that were watching in Monette. The hail core is actually just south of you. If you're still watching in Monette, the hail core is just south of you, and the stronger winds will be south of you too. But that's a look at the storm. Again, severe thunderstorm warning in effect for far northeastern Berry County right now. For 60-mile-per-hour winds and quarter-size hail, and that's going to be moving out of our weather coverage area very soon. So no severe thunderstorm warnings still in effect for northwest Arkansas. Washington and Benton County still looking okay, and I think that's going to continue with this storm. I don't think this storm is really going to take off a whole lot. It's just kind of a mess, just kind of a cluster of storms, and I think we're going to be a-okay, at least in the short term, for northwest Arkansas. And I just realized I wasn't even showing that severe thunderstorm warning. So there it is right there. There's that severe thunderstorm warning. There's Monette right there. There's that severe thunderstorm warning. It surges off to the north and east. Small hail associated with it, but we're also pretty far from the radar. The severe thunderstorm warning is in effect for quarter-sized hail and 60-mile-per-hour winds. So keep a close eye on that if you live in northeast Berry County. But as I just mentioned, this is going to be moving out of the area very quickly. There's that storm again in Washington County, western Madison County, southern Benton County. That storm racing off to the east relatively quickly. And again, still well below severe limits, and nothing that I'm seeing on radar that concerns me about tornado potential or significant severe weather. So let's see here. Okay. My goodness, the YouTube comments are wild right now. We have got a lot of YouTube comments. There you go, right there. There you go, YouTube comments. This one's for you right here. I know we got some folks that want to see the cam. Here I am, Josh Rugger in studio, chilling, and also wishing Mr. Dan Scoff a happy birthday. Now, here's the deal, Dan. I don't know if you're coming into studio, but I might be able to entice you to come in right now if you're still watching. I did have some cupcakes for you, but I forgot them at the house. So I have no choice but to buy you a couple of beers, a couple of adult beverages at the Razorback game at Foghorns. But hey, you want to come in, Dan? I've got these for you right here. And I also have a card for you and cupcakes. I'm still going to give you the cupcakes. I just forgot them. Forgot everything. I was out the door so early. I was rushing in. But everybody wish Dan a happy birthday right now, folks. Wish Dan a happy birthday. The man, the myth, the legend, the Scoffinator. So happy to work with you, Dan. I know you're watching right now still. and I just want to say that you're the best boss ever. I'm so thankful to work with you. Love you, man. I think you're awesome. And again, a lot of folks wishing you a happy birthday in the comments right now. And this Northwest Arkansas community is very thankful for you. So just wanted to mention that real quick this morning because Dan just does so many great things for this area. He's done that for many years now. And it's officially his birthday. So happy birthday to Mr. Dan Scott. Back to Mega Doppler here. You can see the storm still moving through Washington County. Let's go back to some of our WeatherBug Network cameras here. Let's go to that Kessler Mountain camera. Matter of fact, speaking of which, I saw Dan's comment. I want to get a live report from him. So we're gonna call him right now.
Hello.
Hey, what's up, man? Are your power out?
Hold on just a sec.
Yep.
Yeah, we're dealing with some stuff, man. Our pool's flooded. It's muddy again. The rain is so heavy. This is not good.
Yeah. You got that flash flood warning in effect right now. You're on the live stream, by the way. So
yeah, well, if I get struck by lightning, you'll know because I'll drop off the phone here. But we had the loudest explosion I've ever heard in my life. It was literally like a bomb went off at our house.
Oh
the
my
TV's not working. Everything, and now I got to drain the pool here.
Oh no!
And it's lightning like crazy. Good night, man.
Hey, you gotta be careful, man.
I know.
Yeah.
There's a strike right there.
I mean, it's just everywhere. The lightning is just everywhere. Now, here's the deal, Dan. Maybe if you wait just about 10 to 15 more minutes.
I can't wait.
You have to be out there and do it.
Just pray that nothing happens, man.
Yeah, I'm praying. Yeah, everybody pray for Dan. He's going to be out there trying to drain the pool. Yeah, absolutely.
My goodness, that was the loudest explosion. Our TV's not coming on in our house now.
Oh, man.
Okay, here we go. Come on, turn on so I can. No. Come on, there we go.
Yeah.
Drain it. Okay.
He's draining right now.
All right, I'm running into the house. Shit. Okay.
Yeah, no, yes, you're good. But you got it cleared though, right? Is it draining? Is it starting to drain? I think Dan's power just went out. Again, yeah. I'm gonna let Dan go right now because Dan's dealing with a lot of stuff right now. I think his pool is flooded right now, and he's having to go out there and he's having to clear out the pool. And the lightning is just insane right now. I mean, there's just lightning everywhere. Well, we're checking current radar right now, so we're on current radar here. Okay, Dan's calling me back right now. Yo, what's up, man?
Okay, I've got you back.
Yes. I was worried there for a minute when he dropped off.
I know.
Yes.
Dude. All right, so here's the deal. I want you to look on Google Maps.
Uh-huh.
At the intersection of Crossover, which is 265, and Manor.
Okay.
There's got to be a lightning strike around there, and it had to be alone. This is the heaviest rain, man. Dude, we're already at like 2 inches.
Yeah, I know. That's why we got that flash flood warning in effect right now for Washington and Benton County. It goes until 6:30. And we've got more rain on the way, too.
I know.
Yes. So let's see here. Okay, East Manor Drive and North Crossover.
Oh, it's not pouring out. Why aren't you pouring out? Hold on.
Okay, let's see here.
Oh. Jeez Louise.
So we're doing some stuff behind the scenes right now, folks. So we're trying to figure out this lightning situation here.
You have losses, let me know because I think we lost a part of our house.
Really?
Electricity-wise.
Electricity-wise, yeah.
It had to strike our house.
Yeah. So this is right along 265.
265 and Manor.
In Manor. Okay, okay.
A lightning strike around there.
All right, hold on. Okay, we're getting that pulled up right now, Dan. Hold on.
The pump's not going.
Okay, lightning research. Then we're going to go back a little bit here. Okay, I see that lightning strike. Okay, I think I see the lightning strike that you're talking about on Absolute Street, right on Absolute Street. And let me pull up the lightning quarry here, and let's see. Okay, so it says maximum amperage minus 28.
I believe it.
Yep, right on top of your house.
And what was the time?
Let's see here.
309?
Say again?
309 or 308? What was the time?
309. 309.
That's it.
Yep. Right on top. I mean, dude, it's right on top of your house.
I know.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Our TV in our bedroom.
Look at that, folks. This is what I'm talking about. So I'm showing folks on the Weather One right now what I'm talking about. There's that lightning strike right there, folks. So 3:08 a.m. officially, Dan. 3:08 officially, according to the graphics here. But right on this road here, that's where that lightning strike was, and that struck Dan's house. I think that struck your house.
It did.
Yeah. That's
it
crazy.
Absolutely did. I hope it doesn't start a fire.
Yeah, absolutely. Stay safe, man. Stay safe.
Dude, this is insane. This rain is insane.
That was our big concern with this system.
I know.
Yes. And I know, really, I think the severe weather potential is dropping off a little bit, but the flooding risk is.
With all this extra lightning.
Yeah.
Can't dream.
Man, oh man. Well, I'm glad we were able to find that lightning strike finally. The graphics were lagging at first when you were on the Twitter. Graphics are kind of struggling. A lot of folks in the comments, Dan, are saying to stay inside.
I can't. What are you saying? The comments are stay inside?
Yeah, he said to stay inside, yeah.
My backyard's going to flood.
Yeah, his backyard's going to flood, so that's why he's out there, guys, draining the pool. Okay. Man, I wish Denton was up right now. We got some folks that need to be banned.
I know. Quit clowning around, man. This is a serious deal.
Yeah, I know.
Stop the garbage.
Yeah, exactly.
Just stop it. So tired of trolls, man. Just stop it.
Yeah. That's
It's
what
annoying. It stinks. Get off your little computers and quit trolling.
Exactly. I agree 100%. I mean, it's just like a lot of these folks, too, I don't even think live in Northwest Arkansas. They're on here just saying these things here. It's like
this
ridiculous.
This isn't Ryan Hall, y'all.
Yep.
But this isn't Max Velocity. If you want to watch them, you want to troll them, go ahead. That's fine. Do it.
Yep. But we got serious situations right now. Flooding potential, lightning everywhere. A lot of folks being impacted right now. Let's go back here to Mega Doppler. Dan, I'm going to keep you on the phone. So the backside of this storm is starting to move out of Fayetteville. You can see that right there. So that's good. At least we're going to get a break in the activity. We need this break. You're hearing Dan right now dealing with flooding. We need this break because there's some pretty significant flooding that's ongoing in some locations. Nothing severe still, and that will continue. I don't think we will see any severe potential, at least in the short term. However, you may have some small hail. There is some of that right now near the Goshen area, southwest of Goshen. We've got some nickel-sized hail going on there. That's moving off to the east right now. That'll be moving towards Hinesville and Huntsville, but just insane lightning right now.
This needs to stop, man. This needs to stop. This rain is unreal.
Yeah. And the good news is, Dan, is that we are going to get a break in about 5 to 10 minutes. So we're going to get that break soon.
Thanks, man. I can't even go outside. Hear that thunder?
Yeah, every time. I can hear it on your phone. I can hear it outside. Big booms. Over and over again. And let's go to one of our WeatherBug Network cameras as well and check that out. This is Mount Sequoia. I mean, look at this. This is what Dan's talking about. I mean, you're just seeing the strobe effect right now. A lot of folks in Fayetteville are hearing that as well. Let's see here. It's so hard. I'm trying to wade through some of these comments here, Dan. No, there's a lot of.
Just get your fingers off the keyboard and you're typing and just stop.
Yeah. A lot of folks are praying for you, though, in the comments here, and I am as well.
I'm going to drop the YouTube feed.
Yeah.
And we don't want to do that because of a bunch of trolls.
Yeah. I agree. And yeah, a lot of folks are asking right now. A lot of folks I know are scared. And that's why I started this live stream a couple hours ago, folks. I know there's no severe thunderstorm warnings that are in effect, but very heavy rainfall, flash flooding potential, a lot of lightning. I know that's waking you up right now. I know a lot of folks are concerned about that. If I could put your mind at ease, the severe weather risk is very low right now, and that's good. And the line off to our west that was producing significant severe weather is also weakening significantly too. So that's great. Hope that continues. We'll watch the river valley very closely later on this morning. But the main concern right now, and you're hearing it from Dan, is that flooding. It is a real problem right now. And so, folks, just make sure you're taking it nice and easy and being careful. Thankfully, like I mentioned, Dan, the backside of these storms are starting to push out of Fayetteville. So the rain should be lightening up pretty soon. And we need that.
Outside plugs or tripped. I'm looking at my breakers here to see if there's anything that's tripped. No, I think our TV is gone.
Oh,
We're gonna
boy.
need a new TV. We're gonna need a new TV in the bedroom.
Oh,
We got a
no.
bunch of other stuff plugged in too. I hope that's not shot, but whatever it struck our house, man.
Oh, big surge. Big time surge, right?
Oh, I'm telling you, Josh, that was like a bomb went off, and it was so loud.
Yeah. Were you in the bed when that happened?
Oh yeah.
Oh, man. That's
And
terrifying.
When that went off, it wasn't like a boom with thunder. It was like a bang. I mean, it was an explosion.
That's unbelievable. Man, like you said, I hope nothing like is a fire hazard, and everything.
I know, exactly.
That's what we need to pray for right now.
Can start.
Everybody be praying for Dan.
Better make sure there's no house fire.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, when it directly hits the house like that, that's scary. Again, the amperage on that was minus 28. It's pretty high end.
Wow, 28.
Yeah.
And then you see some positive bolts that are like, 1,000, or not 1,000, but like, 200 or 300. I can only imagine that.
I mean, it's crazy. I mean, it's actually unbelievable. I mean, that sounded like an explosion. What does 200 to 300 sound like when you get hit directly?
That was the loudest boom I've ever heard.
Yeah.
I mean, and now we're in trouble because everything's flooded in the backyard.
Yeah. Man.
And I can't.
Yeah, come people. The reason why he's out there is because he's trying to prevent flooding. And a lot of folks are saying, why are you letting him go out there and stuff like that? And it's like he's out there because his backyard is flooding and he needs to drain his pool. But yeah, everybody keep praying for him.
Yeah.
Man. There's a look at live Doppler radar again. You can see those storms pushing just east of I-49 now. So this cluster is moving just east of I-49. We're going to start seeing a big lightning show again over Huntsville. Matter of fact, there's that Huntsville Middle School Weather Bug Network camera. So Huntsville, all that heavy rain that just moved through Fayetteville is causing those problems that you're hearing right now. That is going to be moving your way. And look at that lightning. I mean, my goodness, Dan, I'm looking at this Huntsville camera. CG after CG after CG after CG.
I know.
Over and over and over again. There's like no anvil crawlers. They're all CGs. Let's
the
see.
trolls stopped on YouTube, or are they still firing off?
They're still firing off, but I'm banning them right now.
Good.
So I'm banning as many as I can. It's hard.
I know.
Hey, we got Turd Ferguson on here right now, out in Peter Pender.
He's a good guy. He has fun.
Yes.
You know, he has fun.
He was talking about, so this is what Turd said. He said, our house got hit once through cable TV line, and it did $15,000 worth of damage to all sorts of things.
I think everything's fried in our house.
Oh,
honestly.
dude.
I really do.
PC included?
Gosh, is the rain? Man, this is unreal.
Oh my goodness, I just heard that.
Yeah, I can't go outside in this.
Yeah.
I can't. That's all there is to it.
It's too dangerous. Yeah, you guys are hearing this on live right now. It's just the impacts that storms can have. So we got some folks that say that they're losing power. You know what I'm going to do in the background here? I'm going to see the current power outage situation.
Oh, good night.
I hear that rain, man. My goodness.
The rain is just unreal. Unreal.
So it'll take a little while for this to update. So 114 without power in Washington County, 81 in Benton County. Not a whole lot of power outages, but remember, this sometimes takes a little while to update.
What is the back edge of this rain about to stop? My goodness.
Yeah, it's almost through your area, Dan.
Unbelievable. There it goes again, more mud. Gosh darn it. Man. Come on.
Yeah, you know, Anastasia, this is a good question, actually. This is not a stupid question whatsoever. Do I need to run around and unplug all my TVs?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Unplug all your electronics.
Yes, unplug those electronics. That's a good idea. Anytime we got storms of this nature moving through, it's just better safe than sorry to protect your stuff. Yeah, Sandra said we had the same thing happen to us a year ago. Thunder hit so close to our house and fried our TV and PlayStation. Okay.
This rain is unrelentless.
Yeah.
It's not unrelentless, it's relentless. But it's unreal. Unreal and relentless.
Absolutely.
Oh, man. There's going to be some significant flooding.
Oh, 100%. Kind of surprised we don't have a considerable tag attached to this flash flood warning yet. You know, with how much people are being impacted right now.
Okay, we're on the back edge. I think it's stopping.
Yeah, it'll stop pretty quickly. Now, here's the deal, Dan. I'm going to show this on
Yeah. More lightning. I know. There's lightning behind me.
Well,
But I got to do something.
not only that, there's also a lot more rain. That's starting to push towards the area. Yeah. So this is what we're looking at right now, folks, on Mega Doppler. You can see, here's the thing. The severe weather potential, and Dan, you might agree with this too, I think is pretty low this morning. This line that was causing all these problems out in central Oklahoma, southern Kansas, I mean, it's not even severe anymore. And it's very thin now. Now, there is an area that I'll watch very closely that may head towards the river valley. It may be a little bit stronger in the river valley because the river valley hasn't been seeing as much shower and storm activity. The instability is much greater. But for northwest Arkansas and the river valley, or northwest Arkansas along the north of the Bobby Harper Tunnel, I think the severe weather risk is dropping off quite a bit. We're still going to stay on because of the flooding potential. The flooding potential is significant. You're hearing it right now with Dan. And I know some folks also are experiencing a ton of lightning. I mean, the lightning, Dan. I mean, this might be one of the most, and I mentioned this actually before we even talked. I said, this might be one of the most explosive thunderstorms I've seen this year in terms of lightning. And we've seen a lot of severe weather. So
I can't. All right. I think I'm going to go for it here.
Dan's about to go outside and get things drained. So the hog pen line got a little spicy there for a little bit.
What did?
The hog pen line.
What is that?
The people that are camping out at Baum Walker to get into the game.
I bet.
Hopefully you guys are okay out there, Chuck. My goodness, that's scary. You would not want to be out there at lightning. So Clayton, you're banned. You're done. And I'll tell you what, Clayton, I'm not going to say anything about Ryan Hall, but he's not the person you think he is. Bye. All right, let's see here. Madison County just got a little more quiet in Alabama.
Well, it won't.
It won't be quiet for much longer. I promise you, Kelsey. We got some more storms that are moving in right now. So we got to watch that very closely. Let's see here. Yeah, I know, Turd. Turd said people are camping in this? Heck no. I think they might have gone back to their cars, Turd. Honestly, I did the camping out stuff a while back. We had some storms that moved through, and I just went to my car and just chilled there. Let's see here. Between Elkins and Fayetteville and Huntsville Road, and the thunder and lightning is relentless. Yep. Now things will be winding down in Elkins pretty soon, so don't worry about that.
Let's see what's going on.
Let's see here. Yeah, I agree 100%, Joel. It's just sad. It's sad. Hey, Josh, how's P Ridge? So P Ridge right now, Kylie, starting to wind down. Actually, the rain's not even as significant in Benton County, but my goodness, I'm going to move my face out of the way here because this lightning, oh my goodness, the lightning is crazy right now down on Huntsville. Unbelievable. Look at this. Oh my goodness. Just crazy. I see exactly what you're talking about here, Dan. And we're recording this camera too. I mean, just lightning strike after lightning strike over Huntsville. And all of these are CGs. And it's hitting like the same area too. Yes. We might see the power flicker here in just a minute over Huntsville. I mean, this lightning is everywhere right now. Insanity. Yeah, don't charge your phone during a lightning storm. And stay away from windows too, Carrie. Stay away from windows. Absolutely important when we've got storms like this. My goodness, it just keeps going. This is crazy. Dan, you're about to see the most insane time lapses of all time. I mean,
don't really care right now.
Yeah.
This point.
Say that again?
I said I don't really care at this point, man.
Yeah.
Just because of what I'm dealing with. You know, it's like you have those people. This is why we do what we do. This is why we do the live stream, because this does affect people's lives.
Yes.
It does affect people, you know, their property, their livelihood. You know, we didn't take tornado damage, but we still have significant flooding. We got mud in our backyard. Thanks to our lovely, let's just say, unfriendly neighbor that doesn't want to control their runoff and dams up their runoff onto their property. That prevents a backup of the water, which ends up flooding ours.
Yeah.
It's wonderful.
Absolutely.
Thanks a lot. If you're watching, I appreciate it.
Yeah.
I tried to get the city involved so they could control the runoff, because this is now the 7th time I've dealt with mud in my backyard.
Yep.
And it's all because someone doesn't want a muddy driveway.
It's crazy.
So they dam up and block their drainage.
Yeah.
Which is not number one, not cool. So here's what I got to do. I got to go.
Yep.
I got to take pictures of this so I have evidence.
Yep.
And thanks for covering this, Josh.
Yeah.
Appreciate you, man.
Absolutely, man. And hey, I'm praying for you.
Always.
And let me know if you need anything, Dan. I'll be there for you.
Yeah, well, I appreciate it, man.
A lot of people praying, so we appreciate it, man.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. Have a good one.
Right.
All right. We'll talk to you later.
Bye.
Bye. All right. So that was Dan Scoff, and again, guys, this is what we talk about. Whoa. Hold on. This camera's way too close right now. Why is this camera so close? Hold on. Look at this. What the heck? Why did it do that? Okay. Let's see. I don't know. How do I make this camera go away? Oh well, we'll figure it out later. I'm not going to show the camera. It's really close to my face right now. But yeah, folks, this storm right here causing flooding, and really, that's the thing, about these storms, right? Maybe they're not severe, maybe they're not causing tornado damage or wind damage, but folks, flooding can cause just as much damage. Lightning too. I mean, my goodness, the lightning has been absolutely unbelievable. And this is why, we always say to stay weather aware, especially when it comes to flooding potential, folks. Flooding can be just as impactful. So hopefully everybody's staying safe out there. I'm praying for anybody who is who's dealing with these storms and who's having to experience flooding and experience lightning. And we just really appreciate everybody sending some prayers Dan's way as well. But you know what? Again, I got to talk about this real quick, and we'll just mention it one more time. But folks, please, if you're like in the YouTube, especially it's on YouTube right now. I mean, guys, like just stop trolling. Stop doing that. It's 4:00 in the morning. A lot of you folks don't live in this area, don't live in Northwest Arkansas in the River Valley, and what you're saying is it's very hurtful, very rude. We're human beings too. And there's a lot of people in our community that are dealing with this stuff, and what you're saying is not appropriate, and that's why we're banning you from our comments, and you're not coming back either. So just again, please stop with that stuff. Just stop with it. It's not constructive. There's folks here that are trying to get information. We're trying to warn them about storms, and we don't need any of that this morning. So. And again, with Dan and everything, it's his birthday today. He's obviously got a lot of things going on right now. So please pray for him, everybody, again, and just keep him in your thoughts and prayers right now as he deals with some damage to his house this morning. So we're gonna go back to our WeatherBug Network cameras. We're gonna kind of reset here, and we're gonna get back to it. But I mean, this is just unbelievable. Look at this lightning that is going on here. In Northwest Arkansas. It's just round after round, and the lightning is just unbelievable. And so, folks, do not be outside in this. You do not want to be out in the lightning or this heavy rainfall, this flooding that we're dealing with. Again, it's pretty major concerns right now for Washington County. The good news is most of this first round is moving out of Washington County, so that's great. But more flooding potential possible for Madison County. You're seeing that right now in Huntsville. And again, it's just unbelievable. Lightning strike after lightning strike after lightning strike. And the severe weather potential non-existent, but it's still causing a lot of impacts right now. So I know a lot of people are wondering about timing. So we've got more storms that are coming up later on this morning, Dreams and Smokey. But I really don't think they're going to be severe. The thing about the next round is that what we have to worry about is more flooding potential, because we've already seen so much rain, copious amounts of rain over the last couple of hours. And so any additional thunderstorms is going to cause more flooding issues. And so we will have to watch that very closely for Northwest Arkansas. I'm seeing more storms here on Howell Heating Coil Mega Doppler moving our way. And so I know there's some folks that that are wondering about future track. I'm not going to show future track right now just because we currently have storms in our area, and also because future track is, to be quite honest with you, not the best at this time. So we're going to not show future track right now. Yeah, Hydra. I'm a little worried about the mud run, to be honest with you. It's definitely going to be plenty muddy out there, that's for sure. But you know, with this lightning that's going on, I mean, we got more storms on its way. Hopefully, it moves out by 7, 8 o'clock. But looking at radar, there might be some more storms. So yeah, we'll have to watch that very closely. Yeah, the River Valley will have to be on alert. I still think this line, Joel, is weakening considerably right now. So hopefully that continues as it moves southeast. Let's see here. Yeah, sure. There's just a lot of folks on YouTube. The YouTube comments right now have been kind of. There's a lot of folks that are not in Northwest Arkansas who are talking in a very negative way, profanities, and saying very personal things about our weather team, and so I just not dealing with that. So what time do you think it will hit the River Valley? So I think Earth's Wonders probably around 6, 7 o'clock this morning, maybe a little bit earlier than that, since these storms are moving a little bit faster than yesterday. But 6, 7 o'clock is what we're looking at. I still think the overall severe weather risk for our area is pretty low, but we still have a tornado watch in effect until 7 a.m. So we will have to watch that very closely. I mean, folks, I've been on this Huntsville camera for the last 10 to 15 minutes, and it's just nonstop. I mean, this lightning is just unreal right now. And again, these storms are not severe, but they're causing problems. They're causing problems, and so man, oh man. Tammy, I want to go to bed but scared, and I absolutely understand that. Absolutely understand that. And a lot of folks, remember storms that happened last year, earlier this year in our area, and I guess to maybe make you a little bit less scared, these storms are below severe limits. There is no severe weather that is imminent right now. We're going to stay on because we want to keep an eye on these storms and want to make sure everybody's posted, but none of these storms are severe right now, which is just great news, and hopefully that continues. Let's see here. Is this mostly skipping Benton County, or are we expecting some activity late? So, Josh, Benton County certainly gotten less rain than most of Washington County. Southern Benton County has gotten quite a bit of rain, but there is more on the way, and you can see that here on Heil Coin Mega Doppler. My goodness, I hate to leave that lightning scene though. My goodness, the lightning is crazy. But look at this. We got more rain here. But again, these storms are weakening considerably. And maybe they don't really hit Northwest Arkansas too much. Hopefully that's the case. But you can see there was a severe thunderstorm warning with a considerable tag, and then that was dropped off. And now you just have a normal severe thunderstorm warning. But you see this stout line right here. It's just kind of falling apart. That's good. And we hope that continues, and I think it will continue. The instability is sapped right now. And at least in Northwest Arkansas, River Valley will have to watch a little bit closer. But I think the instability is going to be much lower. Caitlin, where's the storm? I heard there's a tornado warning in Craig County. Yeah, there's no tornado warning in effect, and there really wasn't any tornado warnings close to our area. Hopefully you're not getting a late alert there. There was tornado warnings yesterday in Delaware County, Caitlin. But there is nothing that is currently in effect for Northwest Arkansas or Northeast Oklahoma. Can Rogers go to bed? I think so, Adrian. I think you're fine to go to bed. If there is any severe weather, we're going to stay on and we'll keep you posted, but I just don't think that's the case. Now, there's going to be flooding potential for sure. And speaking of which, I think there is a new flash flood warning that was just issued. So we're going to see that here in just a few moments. So there it is. I think it's about to pop up on the map. Flash flood warning in effect. some folks saying that they just got that alert, and we'll see it on the map in just a few moments. So let me go back here to our Tulsa radar, and there's a new flash flood warning, and right on cue, it's in effect for Madison County. So here we go. Let's get to weather 1. Here's that new flash flood warning. That goes until 8 a.m. This includes Carroll and Madison County, so Alabama, Carrollton, Huntsville. You are now under a flash flood warning in those counties. So make sure you're taking those proper flood-related precautions. I know a lot of folks may be living in flood-prone areas in those locations, especially in Huntsville. I know the mountains can cause problems. So we'll have to watch that very closely there. There's a flash flood warning that's in effect for Benton and Washington County as well. That goes until 6:30 a.m. And we've already observed significant flooding in those locations. And here's a look at the precipitation totals. I mean, my goodness, this is like really over the last couple of hours, not over the last 24 hours. And I mean, you see it. I mean, just copious amounts of rain here in a very short period of time. Average accumulation over 3 inches in some spots. In fact, if I click here, I bet right over Dan's house. Let's see what the precipitation amounts were. 4.3 inches of rain in the last couple of hours. So that's a lot of rain, folks. So flooding is dangerous. Flooding is dangerous. It could cause damage and it could cause problems. And you need to be taking that very seriously there in Benton, Washington, Madison, and Carroll County. Again, flash flood warning in effect until 8 a.m. for Carroll and Madison County. Let's go back to Mega Doppler. There's those 2 flash flood warnings. Again, nothing severe. I really anticipate that to continue. Small hail, still a possibility. You can see maybe some nickel-sized hail northwest of Aurora, southwest of Purdy, west of Kingston. So we will keep an eye on that, but I just don't anticipate much in the way of severe weather potential this morning, folks. I really don't. We'll keep an eye on this little storm here, but even then, I don't even know why that severe thunderstorm warning is this far south. I just don't see a whole lot of issues this morning with severe weather, at least, but flooding. I mean, my goodness, look at the scene over Huntsville right now. I mean, it's just coming down in buckets. The lightning is relentless. It just keeps on keeping on. Unbelievable. So kind of a different situation compared to what we saw yesterday. Yesterday was all about severe weather and tornado potential. This morning, it's all about lightning, rain, and significant flash flooding. And Nicole, I would unplug those devices for sure. Absolutely, I would unplug those devices. Don't have those plugged in. Otherwise, you could have a power surge and you could lose a lot of stuff. You could see thousands of dollars in damage. I think Huntsville's about to go out. I think this camera's about to go out. I mean, without the amount of lightning that's going on right now, I think this camera's going to go out very soon. Or you might see those lights go out in just a minute. I mean, look at that. The lightning is right there. And it's just relentless. Joel has over 200 lightning photos to go through and probably 30 minutes of new video. My goodness. Joel's going to be the king of lightning in just a minute here. Unbelievable. That severe warning is probably from the outflow boundary. Yeah, Alex, but it's just not even impressive. I mean, come on. Look at that. I mean, that's nothing. There should not be, that should be dropped off. So it's sometimes these warnings and watches going on a little bit too long. I'm still surprised that we've got a tornado watch in effect, to be honest with you, in Northwest Arkansas. I thought it'd be a severe thunderstorm watch. But no, we got a tornado watch. We'll keep an eye on it. Hey, I'm not letting my guard down. I'm just saying that looking at the latest and looking at what's heading our way, at least for Northwest Arkansas, I am not too concerned. River Valley, we'll keep an eye on it, but even then, the line of storms is not impressive, and it's not line normal. That's for sure. In fact, it's more cold pull dominant. So, yes, that's in Huntsville, Arkansas. Yes, so it says Huntsville MS because that's Huntsville Middle School, Pam. So they're providing us with the tower with the camera. So that's why it says Huntsville Middle School. Yep, Turg's got it out in Peter Pender, my favorite town. in our weather coverage. Look, I don't like to pick favorites, turd, but Peter Pender's my favorite. So, Hydra's wondering about the tornado watch. Do I think it will be dropped soon? I do think it will be dropped soon, Hydra. We'll see. Maybe they keep it up until 7 just because of the storm, but I just don't think there's a whole lot of tornado potential this morning for our area. Just looking at the latest. I mean, there's just a lot of storms developing, a lot of rain, but yeah, I just don't think there's going to be a whole lot in the way of severe weather or tornado potential. You know what I got to figure out here is this camera. What is this? Hold on. I thought when you like do this, it's supposed to shrink a little bit. Okay, wait, maybe if I go thumbs down. I know thumbs up. I know I look kind of foolish doing this, but I'm trying to figure out why this camera is doing that. Wait, hold on. I forgot how you're supposed to do it. This right here can become like a meme. I guarantee it. I'm trying to. Hello. Drag and drop. I don't know. Does somebody know how to use these OBSBot cameras to make it to make it not be so close to my face? I mean, look, you get to see all the eye bags at least. There you go. You get to see that. So, but I don't want it to be this close. I want it to be zoomed out. I guess I'm just gonna have to figure it out afterwards. Yeah, nobody. These OBSBot cameras sometimes, man. Because last time I did it, I thought thumbs down worked, but apparently not. Just go walk away, walk forward. I don't know. I'll figure it out afterwards, but hope you enjoyed my tired face. Be gone. Yeah, I think we threw out the instructions, Razorback. I think we threw it out. Seeing a side of Josh, we don't usually see his forehead. Here you go, Kendall. Exactly. Oh man, yeah, this is true right here. All those folks for the Walmart shareholders meeting are getting a little glimpse of Northwest Arkansas. That is for sure. Yeah, special weather statements. So, Carrie, there are some special weather statements. We don't show those, Carrie, just because they can get issued so many times. That it can fill up the map, and we just feel like it's better just to show severe thunderstorms. Obviously, these storms are strong, but they're not even close to severe. So, yeah, I'm gonna look after it's over, Hydra. I don't have time right now just because we're on air. So I just wanted to see if I could do it now, but well, I'll figure it out. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it, Sandra. I appreciate it. Yeah. Oh man, I hope somebody doesn't make a meme off of that. That would be pretty funny. There's that flash flood warning again. There's a couple flash flood warnings in effect right now. I just want to get through those real quick. Flash flood warning until 6:30 a.m. for Benton and Washington County, and then another one in effect for Madison and Carroll County that goes until 8 a.m. This is kind of observed in terms of the flash flooding. So make sure you're taking it easy there. We do have a severe thunderstorm warning out west, but I mean this storm is just not that impressive right now. So we'll keep an eye on it. Okay, Trevor says just like this with thumbs up. Okay. All right, Trevor. We're going to give this a shot here. Excuse me. Got to see a close-up of sneeze. Okay. Okay, thumbs up. Come on. I'm doing it. I'm trying to do it. Come on. Come on. It's not doing it. Okay, finger guns pointing up to make a frame will enable zoom. Then change distance. Okay, finger guns up. Okay, finger guns up. What is going on here, Trevor? I can't figure it out. I can't figure it out. Am I getting trolled? I think, Trevor, you're saying the right thing. I know you're saying the right thing. I'm just gonna have to do it off air. This is so funny. This is so funny. Trevor's not trolling. I know he's reading the manual and everything. I just can't figure it out. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Fail. Epic fail. Epic fail. Yeah, okay. All right, I see some of the comments here. All right, I'm getting back to it. You got to see my face again. Look, okay, I'm trying one more time. I'm pretty sure it was thumbs up, thumbs down. Wait, hold on. I don't know. I can't figure it out. I don't have time for this. I don't have time for this right now. We got storms that are moving through the air. Let's get back to the Huntsville camera. Oh, man. This is funny. Let's see here. Trying to make your forehead a backboard. That's hilarious. Yeah, there's nothing to be scared of right now, folks. I mean, look, I'm obviously not too concerned about the severity of these storms if I'm trying to fix the camera right now. So hopefully that relaxes you a little bit, just seeing me goof off. But again, we do have that flooding potential. The flooding potential is very serious right now. And you do need to be watching that very closely, especially in Washington, Benton, Madison, and Carroll County. Just got to make sure you're taking it nice and easy in those areas and being very careful. So just stay weather aware, and don't worry about severe weather. I really don't think the severe weather potential is going to be all that great. Let's go back here to Mega Doppler. Let's look at radar. Again, there's just nothing really there on velocity at all. That's concerning. But there's that thunderstorm that's moving through eastern Madison County now, east of Huntsville. This is going to be moving towards Newton County, Boone County. So Newton and Boone County, Western Grove, Harrison, Jasper, Bergman. You might be dealing with some flash flooding potential. So just be weather aware there. And be careful. More heavy rainfall on the way out in portions of eastern Oklahoma. That'll be moving into northwest Arkansas very, very soon. So yeah, we're just going to be watching that closely as it moves in. We've been on this live stream for a little over 2.5 hours now, give or take. So hope everybody's having a great start to the morning. It is now 4:24 a.m. on this Saturday morning. And we're here live. We haven't had but 2 severe thunderstorm warnings, but we're on right now, folks, to keep you safe and to make sure that your mind is at ease. Because I'll be honest with you, there's nothing to be concerned about right now in our weather coverage area, at least right now. And so, and I think that will continue. I think that will continue in most spots. Let's go to our Harrison Gaither Mountain Weatherbug Network camera. Oh, you better not be down, Harrison. You better not be down. Hold on. Let's see here. Pray that this is up. Okay, it's up. It's just not working on this end. So we can go to weather 1. This is facing to the west. I'm going to tilt this a little bit more southwest. That way we can see the storm a little bit better. We do have a bit of a tower in the way, unfortunately. So there's the Gaither Mountain camera. Lightning not too prevalent right there, but we're watching it very closely. Yeah, model's trying to downtrend the line now, and that makes sense. I don't think the line's going to be that stout, and so that's great because see that little lightning strike? We don't need more rain right now. We've gotten plenty of it in northwest Arkansas. That is for sure. Got some additional thunderstorms developing in southern Washington County. Hopefully nothing else starts popping off near Dan's house. My goodness. Let's see here. Did you say the weather cam was down in Decatur? This camera's in Harrison. The one that's down right now is Bella Vista's down. And Yeah, that's the only one that's down. Gravit's down too, but Decatur's still up, it looks like. Decatur's still up. And Harrison's up too. It's just it wasn't working on one of my sources. So we got that fixed. So Harrison's fine. But you can see that lightning off in the distance there right now. That's ongoing. Let's see here. Yeah, assuming Josh is going to be at the game today. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. But you know what? I'm gonna be running on pure adrenaline, man. I'm ready to rock and roll. I'm ready for some Razorback baseball. Let's go. And yes, I can start. I can start clapping because I am excited. I am really pumped up for some Razorback baseball. Tennessee is my least favorite team in the SEC. Tony Vitello, we're coming for you, buddy. I know you're watching right now. We're coming for you. We're sending you home. You're not going to dogpile on our field. That's not happening. That's not happening. I could talk about Razorback baseball all day. Before I get off track, let's get back to weather one here. Let's see here. The tiny series is an L shape above your shoulder with the thumb pointing towards the ear. I don't know, man. I'll figure it out off camera. I'm not going to make myself look like a fool again on here. Let's see here. Man, I'm going to have to do push-ups at 4:30 this morning now. Robert, I might have to do that. I was going to give Dan some Nerds gummy clusters, but he's obviously dealing with some bigger things right now. Drop the hand after the light turns blue and flashes green again. Put hand right next to your head. Open palms slightly and spread fingers out naturally. Zoom out. Put hand right next to head, but don't block your face. Is this the way I'm supposed to do it, Josh? Let's see. You need to unlock camera. Okay. Let's see here. Okay. Put hand right next to head. Okay, it turned blue. Drop the hand. Okay, now I just don't understand. I don't understand. I'm doing I see the blue at least, so that worked. But I don't know. I'll figure it out. I appreciate it though, Josh. I mean, at least I think I unlocked the camera at the very least, so that's good. Okay, scoot back a little bit. Okay, that might be a good point. Okay, hold on. Let me scoot back. Let's see. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, I'm not putting I'm not doing that, Kendall. I know that's not it. This is harder than learning discrete differential equations and integers and calculus. My goodness. I've got a degree. I'm finishing up a degree in meteorology, and I can't figure out how to work a camera. Golly. Trash. Yeah, Kendall, I see that. Put your finger and your thumb in the shape of an L on your forehead, which is a Smash Mouth reference. That's for sure. I love Shrek. Yeah, it was worth a try, Robert. It just, oh man, I'm looking like a clown this morning. But you know what? I'm having fun. So hopefully these storms can start winding down too as well. I keep envisioning someone in the deaf community trying to figure out what Josh is signing. Yeah, exactly. My goodness, no kidding, turn. This is funny. Yeah. I'm gonna look at that, Barry. They have a 60-second YouTube video. I'll figure it out when we get off of here. You know, honestly, I think too, folks. I mean, I think we're gonna wrap this up pretty soon. I know we've still got some storms that are heading our way. If they are severe, I'll come back on and we'll get things going. But I've been on for 2.5 hours now, and I just don't think the severe weather potential is all that high. I just don't think it's anything crazy, anything major. We will certainly keep a close eye on it. We do have that flooding potential, and so we'll have to keep an eye on that for Northwest Arkansas. Let's see here. Yeah, exactly. For zoom out, do the finger up by thumb, and drop the hand down to sides when light turns blue. It's hard to explain in words. Yeah. Yeah, Josh, I think I'm going to look at a YouTube video, but I appreciate your help. You did help me unlock the camera. So I have unlocked the camera. So I got the first part down. I think I just have to figure it out. Okay, let's all this. Okay, we could try. Okay, hold on. Okay, for zoom out, do the finger up by the thumb and drop the hand down to sides when light turns blue. Okay. Okay, the camera moved. Okay. Okay. Okay, and then down. For zoom out, do the finger up. Okay, wait. Hold on. Maybe I figured it out. Okay, I see the light. Put your thumbs in. My, there's so many comments right now. Okay. I can't do it. I'm gonna have to do it afterwards. I keep saying I'm gonna do it afterwards, and I keep doing it because you guys are motivating me to do it. And I think you guys are motivating me to do it because it's funny to watch me to do it. Stick the finger up by thumb. Yeah. Oh, your pointer finger. Okay. Oh, okay, okay, okay. Hold on. Hold on. Let's go! Yes, we did it! We did it! Let's go! We got it! We got it! Oh my goodness! Let's go! That's what I'm talking about! We did it! We figured it out! Oh my goodness! Oh, that right there, everybody in the comments right now. That's hilarious. We did it. We did it. We did it. Arkansas wins. That's funny. Well, at least I had a victory this weekend. That's for sure. That is hilarious. Oh, man. That's funny. That is funny. Well, the comments, you guys got me through it. You guys got me through it. We figured it out. We got it done. And now you don't have to see my eye bags, at least in full detail anymore. So we're good. We're in great shape. Yeah, look at this. I love the hype. Let's go. Oh man, this is funny. This is funny. Good stuff. Well, you know what? Now we can show camera with the view here and everything. This is nice, isn't it? You don't have to see my big old forehead no more. Or at least see it very close up. There's that flash flood warning again. That's in effect for portions of Washington County. That goes until 6:30 a.m. That's also for southern Benton County. Flash flood warning for Carroll and Madison County. We're about to wrap up this live stream, which is why we're going through this stuff right here. And yeah, you know, Brendan, that's the only reason that we're doing that stuff, because we had the ability to do the shenanigans right now. We had no severe weather. And I don't think there will be a whole lot of that this morning. So we're just chilling, having a fun time. That's what I love to do. This is why I like doing the live streams, because I like having fun with you guys. It's a lot of fun to be able to do this stuff. So I'm going to get a little bit more lighting on in here. There is a severe thunderstorm warning just west of Delaware County, but I don't think that's going to continue. It goes until 4:45 a.m. 60-mile-per-hour winds, hail below quarter size, not even tornado possible. So I think we're good. Hey, Josh, thank you so much, man. You're clutch. You're clutch, brother. I appreciate that. You're the man. Thank you so much for helping me out there. And yeah, that was so funny. That was so funny. MVP right there. Turd said Dan is going to have to watch this for some comedic relief after a stressful V-Day. Absolutely. I'm going to tell him about that too. He'll get a kick out of it. Okay, yeah. So let's do a future track tour real quick before we wrap this up, because I think I'm gonna wrap this up, and then we'll hop off. But here's the latest HRRR. So this is the latest high-resolution rapid refresh model. So you can see all those storms that are moving through right now. And, man, it still has a strengthening line. And, I mean, that would make sense for the river valley. And I talked about this earlier. So if you're in the river valley, if you live along and south of Interstate 40, keep an eye out later on this morning. And I'll be here. I'm not going anywhere. So 8, 9, 10, 11 o'clock, there could be some trouble. So we will watch that closely. And I'll stay here and I'll watch it very closely. But the short term, like over the next couple of hours, I'm not anticipating any issues. So we'll keep a close eye on it. If this line does develop, I'll be here. We'll be on it. Later on this afternoon, I still think looks great. 4 p.m. Razorback baseball, upper 70s, right around 80 degrees. Maybe a few isolated showers south of here, but otherwise, not expecting a whole lot of issues during the afternoon. So River Valley, keep an eye on this later this morning, right around 6, 7 o'clock, maybe a little bit later around 8 a.m. I'll be here watching it. I'm not going anywhere. I'm just dropping off the live stream for now. Really appreciate everybody joining in on the coverage this morning. Let's go back to Megadoppler real quick. I know I was about to wrap it up, but I just want to make sure there's nothing here that's going to be concerning. I don't see anything there. There's a line that's moving through here, but this is very outflow dominant. I mean, very outflow dominant. So no tornado potential with that. So I'll be here. I'll be watching it closely. We'll be back on if need be. But if I don't see you guys again, really, really appreciate you all. Thank you guys so much for all the kind comments. Again, continue to keep Dan in your prayers as he's dealing with some flooding at his house. And also wish him a happy birthday as well. Again, picture on the mud run at 7, 8 o'clock this morning. Hopefully the storms are out by then. I have my doubts, though. And thank you so much for trusting your Weather Authority team. But for now, have a great rest of your morning. Have a great Saturday, everybody, and God bless you.